filmmaking is a team effort.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to have people like Brenda and Presley involved. Clementine, all of us. Being involved is fantastic. At the end of the day, it's the final product,
Yes.
which Donovan created and Netflix created, that will go into the world. And I think if there's an opportunity of something like that, further nominations, blessed to us and blessed to everybody involved. And I think great for the country, because that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
It will be the cherry on the top.
My name is Clementine Mosimane and I play Tshepi in iNUMBER, Jozi Gold.
Hi, my name is Deon Lotz and I'm Colonel Piet van Sail in iNUMBER Jozi Gold.
Hi there, I'm Brenda Ngxoli and I play Nandi Donga, Donga Lamabele in iNUMBER Jozi Gold.
Yeah, awesome guys. Now the iNUMBER franchise has built a loyal fan base, especially from the first series as well. How differently is the film now, especially, being on Netflix, a global audience, and like, what does it offer something different and new and fresh for its loyal fan base and its new audience as well?
That's an interesting question. I think, the franchise is very strong and people certainly know it. I think there are a lot of new characters, which I think will be fantastic for the people to see. There are new stories. And I think from the first to now, Donovan Marsh, who wrote and directed, I think he's brought very interesting storylines into it. So I think, and the action, it's action-packed. So I think people love the action, and worldwide they will see what we are capable of making in South Africa. And I think that's very important. And I think a lot of people that are not used to the genre and maybe the iNUMBER franchise worldwide will see it for the first time and hope that there will be more.
Yeah. And Mom Clementine and Brenda, how does it feel being a part of this magnificent production?
It feels great. Talking about genre, you looked at the first series, there wasn't a Tshepi, the story was different. And it is just embracing and inclusive of everybody in South Africa from the younger generation. I've got kids who are fighting for their legacy. So yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
And I think the audience are going to enjoy watching it.
It was absolutely fun. It was an honor. It was a privilege. I think from the crew to the cast to the type of equipment and cameras that were used, everything was of the latest technology. So which was absolutely wonderful. Also the hyena, what was the thing that they say having
Green
the
screen.
The hyena, that was also like very exciting. But it's, I think also what is also going to be very nice for like the loyal fans and the people who've been watching this iNUMBER brand is also the growth of Presley and the growth of Stumo as individuals, as thespians, as actors. They're quite amazing people. They really dedicated to their craft, and and we're grateful for them for being part of the first series and making it such a success that so that when we come along, we are joining like a very solid foundation and a very solid family. And once we joined them, they then continued and carried the baton, whilst we were there, they were really leading. It was absolutely wonderful. And, Quizzical Pictures have also been very amazing. Netflix, Donovan has also been very great. So it's just been absolutely wonderful joining like this franchise and just being part of it and, and continuing to enjoy it with the rest of the world. I think, I'm such a fan of everyone in this show that yes, I'm an actor, but I also do feel like I'm at a fun fest. So I feel like asking my peers for autographs all the time, can I please have an autograph? Same here, you know what I mean? It's like every second you get, you just want to tell somebody, oh, I really like you, like I'm such a fan. So yeah, that's been absolutely, that's been the best part of it, is that I just feel like, the best of the best is part of this production.
Yeah.
Feel like you belong, and you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the best, not the best.
Yeah.
And it's not only about us thespians. I mean, as she said, the crew, even the person who sweeps the floor, to make us to give us a clean space. We get there, the crew that's working much more harder than us.
Yeah.
They come early, they leave after us. You know, just to make the space just conducive. We also appreciate them
Yeah.
because they do a great work.
Yeah, we
Good
had
job.
the best, you know,
We
I
had
think
the
the best
best.
in the country.
Yeah.
Everyone that
Makeup
was
department,
enrolled,
wardrobe department, catering, craft, whatever.
everything.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys had like an amazing like family environment as well. Yeah.
Yes, but it's a
Yes.
profession. I mean, you're not here to like be, you're not at your auntie's or your uncle's house. You know what I mean? But, you know, we also don't want to undermine the brand or think like, you know, yes, it's family from, you know, love and respect for like what we do. But it's also, you know, it's fun from appreciating professionalism and
Exactly.
seeing professionalism, you know, is you know, you work with Clementine or Deon, you are like, you watch elegance, you watch grace, you watch excellence, you know, it's right here in front of you, and it's not being forced, it's just that it's years and years of just being so amazing that it's a norm to bring professionalism to a set. So it's also just, you know, it wasn't also we literally at home, I mean, we are literally at work in a professional space, but because everything is so professional, you leave going, oh my God.
Even me,
Yeah.
when I saw Brenda, I was like, who's this? This
Yeah.
do I know you? It was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, but it's also, it's nice to be surrounded by excellence, you know, with
So
lack of a
true,
better
so
word.
true.
It's really great. It really is.
And you speak of excellence as well. I don't know if you guys have picked up, but currently, iNUMBER Jozi Gold stands a very good chance to being South Africa's entry for the Oscars. It's ticking quite a lot of the criteria. So what did it
That'll
mean?
be fantastic.
Yeah, what did it mean for you guys? I mean,
Oh,
you guys already, with having Presley as well, who's an Oscar winner, Brenda an Emmy nomination as well. So, like, how impactful did having, you know, characters such as, you know, Presley and Brenda and yourself for this production, and could it give you that kind of competitive advantage? Because, I mean, you guys have already been nominated and won as well on that world stage.
Filmmaking is a team effort.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to have people like Brenda and Presley involved. Clementine, all of us. Being involved is fantastic. At the end of the day, it's the final product
Yes.
which Donovan created and Netflix created that will go into the world. And I think if there's an opportunity of something like that, further nominations, blessed to us and blessed to everybody involved. And I think great for the country because that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
It will be the cherry on the top for us as a franchise to say, let's take this forward.
Yeah, that'll be, and I hope it actually does make
We
it that
hope so
far. I'm
too.
rooting
May
for
your
it.
words reach God's
Yes.
ears.
Absolutely. Mom Clementine, I mean, you know, you're one of South Africa's most loved actresses, thespians rather, I should put it that way. How was it like working with the younger generation, and what kind of insights did you instill in them in the production?
Eddie, working with the younger generation,
That's us.
Yeah,
that's them.
Yeah.
it doesn't mean because they are young, you can just trample on top of them. It's a give and take situation. They learn from me, I learn from them. There are new things that they bring to the craft, and also I bring what I have to the craft. So it's a matter of us just learning and giving and taking from each other.
Yeah.
So what I taught them was, you never look down on your fellow actor, your fellow thespian. You respect your director. You respect the person who sweeps the floor. You respect the person who brings you the cup of tea. And if you've got challenges, it's in how you present them to whoever is in charge. You don't bring attitude. Character is very important.
That's powerful. That's really powerful. I'm gonna move on to Deon. Did you have any real life experiences, or like anybody that you know that you could draw references from in terms of playing the character of a colonel?
I have been in a previous production, The Bale, which was based on Piet Bielefeld. everybody knows Piet Bielefeld. So I kind of went with that in my mind as Piet Bielefeld, Piet van Zyl. So I kind of, that's why he smoked. That's why he was doing his thing. He was a dedicated cop. That was about the only reference that I used for myself. But I wanted to create somebody different. And every character, which I respect all my characters that I play, creating them at the time is interesting. A lot of discussion with Donovan Marsh as director of what he sees in my character. A lot is left to ourselves to create our characters. But I used Piet Bielefeld as a reference for Piet van Zyl.
Yeah. Okay, and last question before we have to wrap. Brenda, your character has an unorthodox way of doing things. And I like it, actually. I think it's something different, and it keeps the audience on the edge of their seats as well. So it brings a different flavor. But how well do you believe that the film depicts wrongdoings of, also in reality, we do know these stories of that, we've got brigadiers that would rather, instead of in society supposed to be doing the right things and protecting the minerals of the country, but they would rather actually go and chase the gold. So how well do you think the story explores that? Yeah.
One always hopes that every story will give the audience an opportunity to view themselves, an opportunity to see the world objectively. It's very easy for us to judge and say, oh, this is corruption and this person did this because they are evil, but we don't know the journey. And one of the things that this film gave me an opportunity to do was to interview ex-MK soldiers and actually to speak to people who are in positions or who are close to people who are in positions of power. And you realize how gray the lines are or how blurred the lines of life are. And I think if we can just view this world objectively, we'll be able to view our own lives objectively and thus be able to deal with issues of corruption, so that you're not only just judging and saying, this is, and trying to find the root. How did these people get to here? What then along the way influences them and sways them towards what we see as wrongdoing? Because to them, for all we know, to them, they feel like they deserve it. There are a lot of blurred lines, and we need to try and understand what then leads people to these, wayward ways of entering corruption. For instance, there are a lot of ex-MK soldiers who are desolate, who don't have homes, who don't have jobs, so then we get shocked when some of them are involved in heists and all these sort of criminal activities. So I think this film has given me the opportunity to just be more empathetic, more objective, just so that I judge in an informed manner rather than just off the cuff.
Yeah. No, awesome, guys. You guys are amazing, and love seeing you guys in the film. And I know the whole world is also looking forward to seeing number Jozi Gold, and may we see a third one as well.
Yay!
Let's hope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We live and hope.
So much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thanks,
for having
Eddie.
us.